I'm doing is phosphorus. Here I've got a teeny little fragment of, few little teeny fragments of violet phosphorus in this vial, and the liquid in here is distilled water, which I do not have. Thankfully though, living in the Midwest, and this is currently winter season, I've got snow, so I filled this vial for phosphorus with a small amount of snow. And when this melts, it should be a good substitute for distilled water, because snow is fairly pure water, because when water freezes, it doesn't like to include ions in its crystal structure, so this should be a good substitute for distilled water. I'll add the phosphorus to this when it melts. Alright, so I scratched the idea of using snow as a substitute for distilled water because my sample turned out to be contaminated with some organic debris, and I really do not want to contaminate my phosphorus. It's a pretty nice, pure sample. So instead I'm just going to use regular tap water. Now, even though the seller for the sample of phosphorus used distilled water to store the sample, I really don't see why tap water wouldn't work too, because the ions in tap water are very dilute. And so I really don't see any possibility of side reactions with the phosphorus. And it wouldn't really make a lot of sense. So I'm just going to take the phosphorus out of its bag. I'll show you a better close-up. See there, it has some tape on it. Alright, I got the tape off. Let me see if I can unscrew. Yep. Awesome. Okay. Now let me open this up. Hopefully it doesn't, catch fire or anything. I mean, this is not the dangerous white phosphorus. This is the violet stuff, but...
Uh-oh.
Huh? Come on. Okay. Yep. Awesome. That was successful. You just put the cap on and look at that. Tiny little bits of phosphorus in a plastic vial underwater. Yes. Okay, that was a fantastic success. Here I got some phosphorus. Sorry about the bad camera angle last time, but, you know, nobody's perfect. Not even Ollie. In addition to that, you can see I put in here the vial it came in as a sort of second lid on the phosphorus. You know, just to make it more tightly sealed. But this turned out very good. By the way, that same double lid technique was also used for niobium, you can see here, and molybdenum. Reason being that they're in the form of really small pellets that could potentially get all over the place, and so it sort of serves as an extra containment thing. This brings us to our last element on my first shelf, and that is sulfur. This is a volcanic mineral specimen. It's from Bolivia, actually. But I am not going to vial this because this is way too big, and I'm not going to break this up into smaller pieces to get it to fit, because that would be really a shame to destroy a mineral specimen, as I've said before. So I'm just going to leave this one alone, and if I can find a sulfur sample that does fit, for example, a powder perhaps, then I'll put that in a vial, but I'm not going to do this. Unless maybe a piece of it breaks off on accident, but I'm not going to do that on purpose. So, there we go. I have gone through my first shelf, and I have successfully put all of the ones on the first shelf into plastic vials. That concludes episode 2. In the next episode, we're going to do this shelf. The upper middle shelf. So, see you later. Bye.